Now, do you want the most amazing fact that will really trouble Muslims? Do you know in Surah Al-Ikhlas, it says, Kulhu Allah, Ahad, Allahu Samad, Allahu Samad, Allahu Samad. Till this day, if you read the Muslim commentators, you will see the Muslim commentators do not know what Samad exactly means. They don't know what it means. Don't let Muslims deceive you in telling you what it means. Look up Tafsir al-Tabari. Look up Tafsir al-Qurtubi. Look up Tafsir ibn Kathir. Look at the commentators of these renowned Muslim scholars of the medieval period. And they will give you several meanings for Samad, telling you some people said Samad means this, some said it means that, some said it means this. They do not know the exact meaning of Samad. More proof that the Quran is incoherent, unintelligible babble. One renowned scholar of Islam named Franz Rosenthal, in one of his writings called Some Minor Problems in the Quran. Guys, pay attention to what this scholar of Islam says about the word Samad. He goes through Tabari's various explanations, showing how the Muslims were confused. And Franz Rosenthal says the following, and I quote, "There is enough room for suspicion to permit us having a look at some outside evidence," meaning look to outside religions, outside cultures, outside languages to tell us the possible origin of the word Samad. And that's what he does. There we encounter a noteworthy phenomenon. The not infrequent religious connotation of the root Samad. He says if you look outside of the Muslim sources to earlier nations and religions and texts, you'll find the root word for Samad appearing in a variety of inscriptions and writings among the ancient people long before Muhammad's time. Now notice one of the sources in Ugaritic. If you guys were paying attention, earlier I said archaeologists in the 20th century found tablets in a place called Ugaritic, which is in Canaan. Yeah. These ancient tablets give us an idea of what the pagans were like and how they worshiped at the time of Abraham and Moses. Yeah. So in one of those discoveries in Ugaritic, watch this, guys. Yeah. Samad appears, the word Samad appears as a stick or club wielded by Baal. It is the club that the god Baal would use in his wars. It's the club of Baal. In other words, Samad of the Quran is actually the very word that the Baal worshippers use to describe the club that Baal would use in his wars against gods and goddesses and others. Shino and Shania, are you silent? Like, what happened to you guys? You got it?
Yeah, no, it is thinking, to be honest, when you say a Samad, we've been taught, in different way, and now you say club of, Baal, a stick Baal was using. It's just, it is interesting, and it's getting more intense. So that's why we are, observing all things you're saying. Yeah.
You think this is confusing? Watch this. In the Kilamo inscription, line 15, we find Baal Samad. The words Baal Samad. Apparently Baal, as the owner of his divine club, Baal, even in Hebrew, means Lord, Master, Owner, or Husband. So they found the words Baal Samad, meaning the owner of the club.
Yeah. Okay.
In the Bible, watch this.
Yeah.
The adherence of the Israelites to Baal of Peor, is expressed by the Nepal of the root Samad. Even the word Samad is used in the Hebrew Bible in its Nepal form for Baal of Peor. So even the Bible shows a connection with the word Samad and Baal, even in your Bible.
Yes.
The verb is translated by the Septuagint. The Greek version is as heta leusi. Heta leusi. Numbers 25, verse 3 and 5, and Psalm 106, 28. The use of the verb doubtlessly reflects North Canaanite religious terminology. From Arabic sources, we learn that an idol of Ad was allegedly called Samud, which brings us rather close to the environment of Muhammad. In view of this material, the suggestion may be made that as-samad in the Quran, the word as-samad in the Quran is a survival, meaning it survived, of an ancient Northwest Semitic religious term, which may no longer have been understood by Muhammad himself, nor by the old poets. In other words, what he's saying is this is a word that comes from ancient paganism that entered the Arabic language, but by the time it came to Muhammad or the poets, they forgot its real meaning and its connection.
Wow.
If the sawahid should be genuine, this suggestion would well account for the presence of the article, meaning the, el, as-samad, the samad, with the word in the Quran. And it would especially well account for the hesitation of the commentators vis-a-vis so prominent a passage, meaning that the commentators didn't know what to make of the word. They hesitated in telling Muslims what it meant because they didn't know. Such hesitation is what we would expect if we are dealing with a pagan survival from the earlier period of the revelation. What Franz Rosenthal is saying, this makes sense that later Muslims did not know what the word meant because by the time it reached Muhammad and the Arabs, they forgot its original meaning and its origin, that it came from pagans who associated the word with the club of Baal, so that by the time it came to Islam, they didn't know what it meant, explaining their confusion. Now, I want to give that a minute to sink in. We're almost done, folks. The Lord saved me from all errors and mistakes and confirmed everything I said that is true in your heart so you can use it for the glory of Jesus Christ.